Hello everyone, my name is Mike, and in this video I'll be showing you the latest version of my Arduino Alarm Control Panel named SERENA. You can watch the previous version by clicking on the link in the video's description below. The alarm has 3 passwords, an SD card to save these passwords and other settings, a clock module and a Bluetooth module. So let's power up the board and wait for the program to load. It is quite a big one. So when the program loads, the first thing we'll see is something like a computer boot screen. I wanted to give the program that aesthetic. So while in the boot screen, the program will check the temperature, the time, the date, and the presence of an SD card. So if an SD card is not found, then the message you see right now will be shown on the screen. Now we'll be putting the SD card, and I will check again. Right, now the SD card is found. We will check no for now, and we will move on to the boot screen. So here is the main menu. You can notice the title on top of the screen, the buttons option and arm, and the copyright notice on the bottom of the screen. So we'll start with the options menu. Here we can of course set all the passwords of the alarm, time, date, and some other stuff that we'll see in a few minutes. So we will be starting off with the set manual arm password. This is a 6-digit password which is used to completely disarm the system. We will see what this means later. But how it works, we enter the current password, which is the default one. It only has ones in it. And after we enter the current password, then we can set the new password. For now it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we'll press OK. We'll see the password that we set, and then we can choose the storage. We can choose between the internal storage and the internal plus SD card. For now I will be choosing the internal storage. So we move on to the set arm password. This is a 4-digit password which is used when we want to arm the system. The procedure is exactly the same. We enter the current password, then we enter the new password, and we select the storage. But this time I will be using the SD card. So what happens if we don't have an SD card? I will take this off, and if I press the button, we will get this message that the SD card is not found. Make sure that the SD card is inserted correctly and try again. So I will insert it again. Make sure you insert it right, because I made a mistake here. It's not inserted correctly. So I'm trying again. I'm taking it out, in again, and now it works fine. The password is saved in the SD card. The third password is a 5-digit password, which is the auto arm password. It is used when the system is armed and we want to disarm it, but when we disarm it, the system will not be completely disarmed. It will move on to a state of auto arming. We will see this in a few minutes. So same procedure, I will be saving it into the SD card, and we'll move on to the next section, which is the set auto arm time. So the auto arm time is the time that will pass until the alarm will auto arm itself. The default is 40 seconds, but we will set it to 9 for the purpose of this video. Check yes, and that auto arm time was successfully changed. We move on to the third page of the options menu, time and date settings. I think it's pretty clear what this does. We can set, of course, seconds, minutes, hours of the real-time clock that we're having. And after we make our changes and we're happy with it, we can move on and we can then save the time. I will set this to a random time now, and that's pretty much about it. So the time is saved to the real-time clock module, and now we're moving to the date settings. So just like the time settings, it's pretty simple. We change the year, the month, the day, and then we can save it to our real-time clock module. It is complete with leap years. Now I'm showing you some examples. You know that July has 31 days, June has 30 days, and then I'll move on to the to February, which in this case has 29 days. It's a leap year. and if I change it to 2011, you'll see that it has 28 days. So yeah, I'll be saving this date now, just for an example. It is saved, and now we're moving on to the last page of the options menu, the fourth one, and we'll click the button that says other settings. So we have two extra settings here. The first one is called auto password loading, which means if we have this turned on, the message that we saw at the boot screen will not appear. The program will load any password that exists in the SD card automatically. And the second one, this is the ARM password. We choose if we want to use the 4-digit password or not. So now I have turned this off, and when I click the ARM button, we'll see that it will not ask us for the password. The alarm will arm just like this. And now we'll move on to connect the Arduino Nano, which has the second Bluetooth module. So here we go, I'm taking the cable, and now we'll be connecting the second board. Just a little bit, here we go. Alright, so this is the circuit I am using here. We are waiting for the Bluetooth modules to be connected. Alright, so this is the circuit. We have the two Bluetooth modules. We have the real-time clock module, a buzzer, lots of wires, lots of resistors, a LED, and a push button. This is a simple circuit, nothing fancy here. So here I will be now enabling the 4-digit password, the ARM password. I'm turning this on, and then I will be going to arm the system. Now it asks for the 4-digit password. I'm just entering, and then I'll be pressing OK, and the LED will turn on, indicating that the system is now armed. So now in this screen we see the date, time, and temperature of the room, and a button with a text disarm on it, which of course prompts us to disarm the alarm. So when I click disarm, here we enter the 5-digit password. We enter the one we said before. I press OK, and the LED is turned on, and now the system has moved on to the auto arm state. Now you see the 9 seconds that we said before are a part of a countdown, and when this countdown ends, the system will auto arm itself. Now if we want to completely disarm the alarm, we just enter the 5-digit password once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when this is done, we just press the push button for a maximum of 1 second, and then we enter the 6-digit password, which will then completely disarm the system. So here we'll be checking the passwords to see if everything is okay. We're checking the SD card. We have 4 files here. The first one is named ARMED, which is the 4-digit password, the one we said before, of course. This file contains the 5-digit password. The ask ARM file has the number 1 in it, which means that it will ask us for the 4-digit password. And the autoload, which is set to 0, which means that the system will not autoload any existing passwords when it boots up. So here we go, we will reset the board to check if everything is okay. Right, temperature, date, time, SD card check, and now we will load any password that is in the SD card. We'll check yes, it will search for the 6-digit password. It will not find anything because we did not save. And the 5 and 4-digit passwords will load normally. And then we'll move on to the main menu. So after the loading is complete, we will check if the passwords were loaded correctly. We move on to options. You'll see that this password of course doesn't exist because we did not save it. We will enter the default password. It is the default password, of course. And we will move on to the same procedure for the 4 and 5-digit passwords. So we'll see that the passwords are loaded pretty good. Same for the 5-digit password. So what happens if the mainboard malfunctions, it turns off, and we're unprotected during a night or something? If that happens, the Arduino Nano, which has the slave Bluetooth module, will check for a connection. If it doesn't find a connection between the two Bluetooth modules, the alarm will also arm itself, just like that. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button if you want more, and leave any questions, anything you want in the comment section below. This is Mike, thank you for watching, see you next time.